Good afternoon. I'm Mark, car collector in Charlotte, North Carolina. Doing my first video, so follow along. I'll take you through some of my cars. Mainly 80s and 90s, but some other stuff. 1995, or actually, I'm sorry, 1991 E34 M5. This is a Mercedes 190 16 valve, 1986. They competed with the M3s back in the DTM races. This is one of my favorites. I drive this a lot. This is a 1995 840 AC Schnitzer car. Pretty nice, got the body kit and the wheels on it. This is a Mercedes 1988 pre-merger AMG. Pretty cool. It also was a show car for stereo systems back in the early 90s. 1998 M3 BMW E36. It's got 99,000 original miles, all original paint and whatnot. This is another one of my favorites. This is another 190 16 valve. I did a lot of carbon fiber on it, coilovers, Zender wheels, Recaro seats. It's got carbon fiber door panels all throughout. This here is a 1981 BMW 320 IS, and it's got a factory option turbo on it. Pretty cool car. This is another pre-merger 1988 Mercedes 300 CE, but the cool thing about this, it's got a Multiman twin turbo kit on it. So it flies. That's a favorite as well. We're on to the Group B cars. I actually have another Group B in the back, but this is a 1984 Audi short wheelbase tribute car. It's all carbon fiber and Kevlar. Runs about 475 horsepower, and it shoots flames. So it's pretty cool. Another Group B, this Renault R5 Turbo, 1983. These have the mid-engine in the back. So it's not a lot of noise, even though it's in the cab of the car. It still is a really neat historical Group B car. Moving on, this is my 1983 Lotus Esprit Turbo. This was fully restored all the way from the wheels, the brakes, the engine, intercooler. Super, super nice driving car. It's hard to get 80s cars to be really nice and tight, I guess, in the suspension. And most of my cars are always at that level. So this is one as well. We have here a 1985 Testarossa. It's a flying mirror. It's a European model, so it's got the side markers on it. One mirror versus, a US model that would have two. Pretty cool. I like this. These are dogleg transmissions. Most of the Ferraris and the Lamborghinis are dog legs. In fact, the 190s are as well, the 16 valves. Let's see. This is a 1988 Lamborghini Hoppa. I had this when I was a kid. I always liked this because they had the same characteristics of the Countach, but it was a V8 versus a 12-cylinder. In fact, that's the same wing that comes on a Countach. So that's pretty neat. What we have here is a 1992 Lamborghini Diablo. I wanted the white with the red. I love 80s cars with this type of color combination on it. We just airbagged this, so we actually have some videos if you want to see that later on. This is a RWB. I picked this up about a month ago, and it is a 1993 RWB. This is factory paint color, no sunroof car, which is really cool. I'll show you actually, the door panels are pretty neat. It's got the linen with the accent on here, so pretty cool car. This is probably my second favorite out of all of my cars. It's a 1982 Porsche DP Motorsports 935. I found this in a trailer, believe it or not. I found it in a trailer. It was all taken apart. I restored it, and this thing absolutely flies. It's pushing about 450 as well, but it's all fiberglass for the most part. Let's see here. This is a 1988 Alfa Romeo Milano. They did not come in this color. This was one of the Alfa Romeo owners, the dealership. He owned this car, and at the time they switched to Lamborghini and Lotus, and he ended up painting this Lotus silver. So everything's painted, all the door jambs, under the trunk, the hood, the whole shebang. So that's a really nice one. This is in my top 5 of my favorite cars. It's a 1974 Austin Mini pickup truck, and it's got 10-inch wheels. Yokohama actually still makes tires for it, but even though it looks small, there's still a lot of room, and the average size human can fit in there and still drive it. It's really nice. I like to take this to the car shows. The kids like it. This is a 1998 Lancia Delta. I brought this in from Canada. I don't drive it that much because I have, of course, this right here. This is my 1988 Lancia Delta Integrale. It's got the livery on it. It's a 2-liter 16-valve turbo. And these also used to run with the Group B cars back in the day. They actually called them Killer Bees because people were dying in them, and they were running even upwards of 750 horsepower in those 4-cylinder motors. This is a Alfa Romeo 1984 GTV6, but it's a Maratona. And what makes the Maratona is the color cladding bumpers and this kit that goes along here. So they also came with the louvers in the back because that's what they did in the 80s. They put louvers on it. I actually own the factory Maratona molds. So if I wanted to manufacture some more or even do them in carbon fiber, I could. This is a 1981 Volkswagen Scirocco. It's extremely clean. It's got 54,000 miles on it. I bought this probably 6 or 7 years ago. I kind of grew up on the Mark 1s and the Mark 2s. My first car was a 1983 GTI, Volkswagen GTI. We'll move over here. This is a Mark II Scirocco, slick top as well, which is hard to find. I've got a hell of a story on this one. I bought it. It's a Callaway turbo, by the way. I'll show you. I bought it, sent me the title, I paid for it, and when I went to send the transportation company to pick it up, the owner would not give it to me. So it took a long time to actually get this back. But so it's a Callaway turbo. One of my favorite cars, tuners in the day, was Callaway, and I've got a few of them. I'll show you the rest here in a minute. So 4-cylinder turbo. This is actually a Callaway turbo as well. It's a 1985 GTI, Volkswagen GTI, with 34,000 miles on it. And I'll show you the engine on this one, the Callaway setup. This actually has a scoop on it, a functioning hood scoop. So the Scirocco does not, but it does on this one. So pretty cool as well, 34,000 miles. But my favorite car of all, and which kind of started my collection, was this one. It's a 1986 Alfa Romeo GTV6 Callaway twin turbo. I'm actually friends with Reeves Callaway. We speak frequently. In fact, I brought one to the Alfa Romeo convention a couple months ago, and I had 5 of these. They made 37 of them. We found 35. There's 2 of them we haven't found between me and Reeves and another guy, Tom. But I sold one of them out there a couple months ago. So I'll show you the engine on this. This is my favorite car, though. And this has right at 73,000 miles. And I drive this one. So that's quite a setup for back in the 80s. pretty cool. He's a good guy. This is another Alfa Romeo GTV6 Callaway twin turbo. The difference in this one is I put a Zender kit on it. So all of these bumpers, unlike the black ones here, these are all the Zender kit, Zender wheels. This is fully restored as well. And I wanted to change things up, so I put I did some gold on the intercooler and stuff, and the valve covers. So I do have one more Callaway here, GTV6. This is the only Callaway twin turbo GTV6 that I know of that has not been painted. It's got 38,000 miles, 36. 38,000 miles original, all original paint. I don't drive this car because I've actually been hit. I had a lady hit me in one of my Callaways, and I don't want to risk that anymore, so I'll drive the other ones. I don't drive this one. Here is this is a really cool car. This is a Volkswagen Mark II GTI, or Jetta, GLI, but it's actually a trophy, and it has 14,000 miles. What's cool about this is these seats. If you want to come and show them the seats here. These are Recaro trophy seats. Really, really nice. So this car is extremely clean, low mileage, 14,000 miles. It's got the color-coded BBS wheels on it. And I'll show you the last car here. This is a 1981 Volkswagen Jetta. It's got 4,300 miles on it. And it is like new condition. So the leatherette, the dash, everything is perfect. 4,300 miles. So I like to bring these out to some of the Volkswagen Audi shows. May have seen a couple of them up on Helen last year. But that's my, oh, wait, we almost forgot one of my favorites, the Hummer. Let's move over here. How could I forget this? I drive this a lot, but this is a 2001 Hummer. They call it a four-man. It's a four-man, but I ended up putting the slant back conversion on it. So I think it was a football player, NFL football player used to have it. So they's got a whole stereo in there, like 36 speakers and whatnot. So it's a pretty cool car. That's a diesel, and I drive that a lot as well. So thanks guys for watching my video of my 80s and 90s car collection. It's been a treat to have you on board. Please, please like and subscribe. And also follow me on Tons of Gas on Instagram. If you'd like to see a special on any of these cars, we're gonna take whoever posts the most of whatever specific car. That's what we're gonna do for our second episode. Thanks again for watching the video.